As we continue our coverage of local elections, we're joined by State House District 110 Representative Tom Hartnett, who is running to retain his seat for a second term. Tom, thank you for being here with us today. You're running for your second term.
Yes, I am. What
made you want to run in the first place?
I was approached during 2020. It was during the COVID era. I had all three of my boys were in public school at the time. People were reaching out to me, asking me how I could help with issues related to COVID, issues related to what children were having with school. At that point, I was just a private individual doing my real estate appraisal work, and I responded to them, "No, I can't help you there, but I can value your home for you." Eventually is when Representative Cogswell decided that he was going to no longer seek a House seat and decided to run for mayor. At that point, I kind of don't want to say I was ushered into the position to run, but I just was kind of, I wound up being the candidate just through
it was the perfect situation.
It was the perfect situation.
And Tom, can you share about your platform that you are campaigning to keep the seat that you are currently in?
One of the issues that I'm campaigning on is Charleston County has been a donor county for years. We are one of the largest economic drivers in the state with the port, with our tourism dollars, etc. And we do not receive the amount back that we send to Columbia each year. That is causing us issues with shortfalls on roads, on first responders, teachers. We're having to make up the difference where we should be getting money from Columbia. So one of my issues is to try and start getting back our fair share of dollars from Columbia to Charleston to help with our local issues, to help with our schools, with our roads, with our flooding.
Yeah. Something that you mention on your website is preserving our low country values. That's something that's very important to you. Can you expand on what those values are and how you will continue to uphold them if reelected?
The Low Country has always been a special place. People have always, we've been different. If you speak with members of other state legislatures, they talk about how South Carolina is just, it's a whole different, just the way we work, the way we act, the way we interact. I want to continue to work with our neighbors, with our friends, to reach across the aisle, to see what matters to you may not matter to me, but somewhere there is a connection. So we have to reach out to one another. We have to learn to work with one another. We have to learn to get along with one another, and we need to be the example for the state and how things work in politics and how things work in governance here in Charleston.
Going back to what you said earlier about putting the money, pouring back the money into our community. Your wife is a teacher.
Yes, she is.
And education has been a hot button topic. South Carolina's not ranking high enough at all. What do you plan to do to help kids perform better in schools?
I have this past session I served on the education committee, which I very much enjoyed and was an eye-opening experience because it gave me a little bit of a different side, allowed me to see a different side of things, not just from the teacher side of things. A few of the things that I would like to do is I would like to help increase teacher pay. By increasing teacher pay, we can work on teacher retention. We can work on attracting more teachers. We have to give our teachers tools that they can use within the classroom. We have to make our teachers feel safe in the classroom. It's just having experienced public school with my three boys and with my wife being the school teacher, it just gives me a little bit of a different insight as to people from the outside looking in.
Absolutely. Tom, why should voters continue to put their trust in you for another 2 years?
I would like to hope that I have earned the trust of voters. I have tried to be accessible to all voters. I've tried to answer all questions and help any and all voters. I never ask anyone that calls me what party do you belong to, or where do you live in the area. I am here. I represent the Low Country in District 110, but essentially I represent all the people of South Carolina.
For more information, votehartnett.com is where you can go. And best of luck to you this election season.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
We're back after this.